Hey there, fifth graders in RCL land. This is Mrs. Salyer here, and I am ready to talk to you about multiplying fractions on today's Joe Show. When you take your TCAP test next week or the week after, you are probably going to see some diagrams of and models on how to solve a multiplication problem. And I wanted to talk to you about this one right here that we did on Mastery Connect and several of you missed. Let's look at what our problem is. Mrs. Frost writes a math question on the board for her students to solve. Of the students in Mrs. Frost's class, 3/5 solved the question correctly, and 1/4 of the students who solved the question correctly are girls. Which model represents the fraction of girls who solved this question correctly? So, this is my advice on the strategy that I would use to solve this problem. First of all, I'm going to put down on my scrap paper the actual problem itself. And if you'll recall, multiplying fractions is really the easiest thing that you can do because you look to see if you can cross-reduce, and if not, you just go ahead and multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. I can't cross-reduce, so I'm going to multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 4 is 20. I know that my answer is going to be 3 out of 20. And one strategy that I can use is to try to find the diagram here that matches this answer. Do I have 3 colored in out of 20? Nope. Do I have 3 colored in out of 20? Nope. Do I have 3 colored in out of 20? Nope. Do I have 3 colored in out of 20? Yes. Oh, excuse me, and I had 3 colored in. No, I didn't. I had darker colors here. Okay. So, just by process of elimination, we can figure out that it's D. Now, I want to show you another way that you can think about it. If you'll remember back when we were learning how to multiply fractions with models, we used some examples of a garden where 3/5 of a garden was colored in. Well, I know that I had to have my model show 3/5. And if I look at my columns, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should have a model with 3 of those colored in. Nope. Only one's colored in. Only one's colored in. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them are colored in, and that supports D as my answer. Now, I also need to cut it horizontally into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, they're all cut into fourths. But I need one where only 1/4 is colored in. Is 1/4 colored in? Yes, but I don't have the 3 columns. 1/4 is colored in, but again, I don't have 3 columns colored in. No, that's 3/4 are colored in. Is 1/4 colored in? Yes. Is 3/5 colored in that way? Yes. And once again, that supports that my answer is D. So, the quickest strategy is to find your product. Remember, that's the answer in the multiplication problem. Then find your diagram that matches. And then you can think about finding 3/5 with the vertical columns, 3/5 colored in, and then 1/4 colored in on your horizontal rows. And that is a strategy that you can use to solve this problem. I guarantee you that there's probably going to be several problems on your TCAP testing that have the model and they want you to match it to the equation. So I want you to think about how we did this, solve it, and find the one that matches it. Okay, so remember that these reviews that I'm doing are to help you when you come across questions that you may not understand. If you have any questions about how to do this that we are talking about today, please reach out to me and let me know, and I'll be glad to talk with you about it further. And by the way, Joe says, always start with what you know. Have a good day, fifth graders.